Right, podcast gifts again. This always slaps. Someone brings a gift to the pod.
Popping bottles.
Look, celebrate life.
Yeah, I was looking for pure heaven. I couldn't get the pure heaven.
It's alright. We'll accept. We'll accept Plan B.
No, I usually like the pure heaven stuff. But,
Alright, bad B. Alright, bad
I'm
B.
telling you.
He's light skin on the. Hey.
I'm the most light skinned.
Jeez.
Everybody, let's shout out to.
Has it started?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, right, it started.
Put the mic closer to you.
Okay, right. Is this good enough?
Right. Yeah.
Yes,
Because
sir.
sometimes I hear like some people on the pod and you can't really hear them. Like,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. No, we
Yeah.
have the audio.
We've tested the mic and we've already.
Cool.
We've already worked through it. Hello.
Right.
Do the intro. We're here.
Yeah, we back, baby.
And we're here. It's Strategy to the Game. We are the podcast with the highest level of analysis that the culture needs.
Deji, do you want to ride the boat?
I'm
Never
Uncle Jay, but you can call me Jordan. I'm here with
You know, it's your girl's favorite voice, Big Didge, nigga with the Midas touch.
and
Second most light skin on the podcast. AKA Deji likes to ride the boat.
we got a guest today. We got Mr. Dami, Miss Official Homeowner. Is that the thing on Instagram?
Homeowner 2019. That's
Homeowner
that's the page.
2019.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
The other day I was scrolling through TikTok and I was like, I know this guy.
Yeah, that one slapped because you got me. Because when you said
Yeah.
I sent money to Bay and they asked me who's Bay and you're like,
Really?
I'm only
Yeah.
joking.
I thought it was a bit cringe, to be honest. So I was like, you know what? I have to do something.
You
like,
have to put yourself out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to put yourself out there to
Exactly.
be
I
cringe.
personally think everything is cringe until it's not cringe anymore.
Yeah.
Exactly, okay.
Because people have to become synonymous to it. So you say like, oh yeah, you make the Bay thing your thing. Everybody just becomes familiarized with it kind of thing.
We've
and
had
then
content
it's
creator. I think we had Abi Yusuf. You know, he does all those reels with the clothes
Yeah.
and the clothes is
Okay,
changing.
yeah.
And he
yeah.
said it's like when he's in his room, he looks like a madman. It's cringy
Yeah.
at the beginning.
Yeah.
But then the more he just did it, when people see the end product, nobody's thinking of like the process.
Exactly.
Everybody hates
Exactly.
talking into their phone.
Oh
It's-
my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
awkward and weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like last week we weren't gonna release, and Deji was like, "All right, we're gonna have to put a video out saying we're not gonna release."
Yeah.
When I do it often, it's fine. Then I haven't
Yeah.
done it in a minute. So I sat there in my car. I'm like, God, what am I doing right
Because
now?
doing it sometimes
Someone's watching me.
it's like you're more portraying like a caricature of yourself.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
it's an
yeah,
exaggerated
yeah.
version of yourself.
That's it.
So sometimes I feel like I'm a fraud because I'm like the way I behave in the entertainment sphere.
But as a
is
light skin, you
nothing
have that
like-
light skin tax. People just say, "He's light skin."
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
No, I'm only playing. But you know how they do that? They just say
Dead knows too.
they just pulled up to the podcast with what? What's it called? Mocha frappe with coconut water.
What is your light skin?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
I heard he asked for
These
extra
men are
cinnamon
running
too.
an agenda on me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I got a
Of course.
frappe from McDonald's, and apparently I'm getting Starbucks triple macchiato with
coconut
you
water.
get that?
coconut water. No,
That's
I don't.
it.
Okay.
That's his bag. I don't know what
Wait. I know for a fact the bad beat to my left that has been doing cocktail up and down is not chatting to me right now. Every time I see this guy, he's doing
doing cocktail.
clink with wifey, clink with friends.
It's a silent protest. I only do that because women says we
He
can't
says
do it.
societal protest. Get the fuck out of
Okay,
here,
it's
man.
a loud protest. I only do it because women says we can't do it, so I have to lean in and do it.
And to be honest, the other person that can't chat to me, someone that has to do this to tie up the hair, can't chat to me like that. It's all that-
You see those videos, yeah, with the wet hair as well as food.
It's Aquaman thing.
I bet he definitely be feeling himself because he puts his phone and then he does it, so you know he's feeling himself. So you know he's doing it.
You know as well, yeah. Dave doesn't wear bracelets; he just wears rubber bands. So you know, anytime he can just go.
It's like
Not
it's one
gonna
of
lie,
those.
if I could do it, I'll do it.
No,
if I could go
I have a
like
video around the
that,
girls
bro,
when girls
man,
like
if I
anybody
could
with a
go
headband.
like
No, Deji's fighting back to that. I respect it. I don't have any
Let
ground
me
to
let you
stand
guys know. Yeah, I'm on violence.
Why your violence?
I've been pissed off for 3 weeks straight.
Every week we pull up here, Dami. This guy says he doesn't want to do the podcast.
I didn't say I don't want to do the podcast.
He's not in the mood for the
I
podcast.
didn't say I didn't want to do the podcast.
Is this podcast?
I said, you know what? I'm not in the mood. Really.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but I had to pull up. Like, I'm here.
But to be honest, you're like most people I know during summer in this heat wave. They're all happy. Like you're like the
You
first
know,
one that-
you know,
Hottest day of the year.
and this
I
guy
used to do
complained.
no,
I'm telling you, the sun makes everyone in a good mood.
Like
I'm
I'm sweating
there must
right
be
now.
something
but I'm
going on.
chilling.
But the thing is, you're saying the sun makes everyone in a good mood.
Yeah.
Yeah. But is it really the sun if you're in front of your laptop all day?
Are
working
you
for
hating
the
on
white man?
Are you hating on the sun right now?
No, I'm hating on the white man.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Everybody's like, I'm not cursing at my job right now. I've got bills to pay. I've got bills to pay. I can't curse at my job. You were doing holidays lately. How was that?
Yeah, I went to Malta.
Oh,
Malta
nice.
is lit, lad. Have you ever been there?
Malta seems to be the spot this year.
Malta and Marbella this year are the spots.
Yeah. Malta. The only thing is, I went with my partner, my wife. So
we have another husband on the podcast
I know,
today.
yeah.
First time.
Yeah.
You wear a ring?
No.
Oh,
Bro.
Why do you not wear a ring? And does your missus beef you for not wearing a ring?
No, she won't.
How'd you get away with this? Because I hate rings. I don't like wearing rings.
I'm
and
not
I keep saying
gonna lie.
Because I haven't been a ring guy by nature.
Neither have I.
So,
I'm not a ring guy by nature either.
I'm not gonna lie. I just find it weird wearing the ring. Like, it's not familiar. It's
And
like,
there's no beef with it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair then.
Yeah,
That's fair. How the holiday though?
The
Do you get
holiday-
sick of your missus when you're away together?
Do I what?
Get sick of your missus when
what
you're away
kind of
together?
incriminating
No, I think
It's a podcast. You ask
I'm not
questions.
gonna lie.
This is a thing though. I remember my first holiday. I went with Emma. I turned around to her and was like, I actually don't hate you, no.
Really?
Well, he's married. He has no choice.
Yeah. No, I think when we're away together, we're kind of closer.
Okay.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
weird.
It's-
but
I
we're
hear you.
closer. But we don't always do the same thing. I'm very outdoorsy, so when we're on holidays, I was going out swimming, canoeing, all this kind of stuff. She doesn't do that. She did a bit of swimming, but she doesn't do that all the time.
Yeah.
She
yeah.
just wants to go
takes
for
time.
vibes.
She takes time. She chills out in the pool, like on poolside, relax, listen to music, while I'm actually doing the activities. Sometimes we do activities together, but like we make it work, anyways.
Who's the organizer? Who has the holiday patterned? Because the thing is, us as men, we're far too laid back on holidays.
Yeah.
Like, you
But
could
see,
actually-
he likes to do activities, so he has to.
No, I can't. I'd love to take the credit, but I am not the organizer.
But my babes could be taking me to Alcatraz and I wouldn't even know. Like,
You should just
Yeah,
bro,
so,
do you know why it's poor? Because I had a trip to San Francisco. We booked it in like May to go for like July or something.
yeah.
We wanted to go to Alcatraz. Nobody thought to fucking book it. I think I've said this before. We pull up to Alcatraz thinking you could just get a ticket.
Well, you
We
actually-
sold out 3 months in advance.
I'm talking about Alcatraz is in the prison.
Yeah. I've been to San Francisco. I've wanted to go to Alcatraz.
You want to go to prison?
No, to see it. It's not open.
Damn.
It's closed. It's a tourist site.
Black community back,
You
bro.
went to America. America's lit.
I went. Yeah, that was like looking. I always say, looking back, it was an
Yeah.
underrated holiday because I went with Ayub. You know Ayub.
Yeah.
So in the moment, because you're driving, you're open, you're driving, and you're doing a road trip.
Yeah.
In the heat, it can be kind of like you just feel drained and tired a lot of the time because you're in the car, you're in the heat. But then when I look back at it, I was like, when I go to America, I'm probably gonna go to the sweet spots.
Yeah.
New York, LA, Vegas, maybe. But to have an experience where you're actually driving through California and you're seeing all these little towns like Monterey, Fresno. If you watch Girlfriends, your one Tony, she was from Fresno. And then I watched Girlfriends and I was like, oh shit, Fresno, she's from there. So that was a cool experience to see all these small American towns that you probably nobody's ever gonna fly to California and say, I'm gonna go to Fresno. Do you know? So looking back, it was a fun holiday.
Yeah.
But being there, I was like, bro, we're gonna drive 7 hours every fucking day for this fucking trip.
What non-fictional town would you love to visit?
And
Gotham.
What?
ooh,
So you jaywalk one time and Batman comes and break your leg, bro.
Don't jaywalk then.
Batman's a superhero, not the villain.
Depends who you asking.
That's a good question.
Yeah,
What Gotham for you?
Springfield. I like to kick it in Springfield.
Okay, cool.
Actually, that's not bad.
That's a good one, actually.
Apu Wagwan. How are you?
Oh,
At least you didn't do Indian accent. You guys just cancel those right now. At least you just cancel. What?
That's actually good. I actually don't know, you know.
Hollow. What you call it? Stars Hollow? I think that's what's called. The one in Gilmore Girls.
oh, bro, what's going on? What's he saying, girlfriend?
I'll
Not
have to-
Gilmore Girls.
I don't want
What
to
is
Gilmore Girls.
going on?
If I talk, I'll be in big
I
trouble.
love Gilmore
I'd
Girls.
have to go Bikini Bottom and see what the burgers are saying.
I hear it.
Yeah.
I hear it because the mystery of the Krabby Patty, innit?
Yeah.
You know what?
You gotta go see
I'd
what
love
it's
to
saying.
go just to meet Squidward.
Yeah.
Like that guy is so relatable.
Squidward is just an
He's so relatable.
Bro, we do the
That's it. That's Squidward is dingy.
We do the podcast with Squidward.
Squidward is dingy. Just tired, hates everyone, doesn't want to do anything, wakes up, goes to job and does it again.
Bro,
And he's sick of
that's-
it.
Squidward is relatable, you know.
You know what?
Yeah.
The older I get, the more I understand that fucker, man.
That's it.
That's what I told you guys. The older I get, the more I understand Steve Austin. He was just beating up his boss. Literally, Stone Cold was literally saying "fuck you" to the white man, and that's why he's popular. Because adults could be like, man, this guy just goes against his boss every single day and gets away with it.
Yeah.
A lot of people could be like, I would love to do it. Not me though.
Yeah.
I would not like to go against my boss.
We'd all love to do it, but
Nah, I love my balls.
Really?
What are we charging to the game this week, bro?
I'm charging. Oh yeah, you're asking us. What am I charging to the game this week? The Heat. I like it, but it's unbearable to sleep in. So I'm charging that to the game.
Yeah, I got like 3 hours sleep last night.
Yeah, like I'm trying. Like I can't. I don't even do morning gyms because by the time I fall asleep, I won't get enough sleep. And then you know when you're doing workouts and it's on vibes, you have no energy.
Yeah.
But you're just pulling weight and you're like, I'm just wasting my time. So the Heat, I'm charging that to the game this week. What are you charging to the game this week?
Come back to me.
All right, Dave. What are you charging to the game this week?
Man, do you know what? It's not even so much a charge to the game. Our boy lost one of his friends during the week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say that RIP to Paul McGee. He was a guy we used to
mad.
talk. Yeah.
Jeez,
Paul,
I didn't know it was him.
Paul passed away. Yeah.
Okay.
So we used to talk to him on Twitter a lot, and anytime he talked about football, he was there. He was on it, talking about football. And it's weird. I actually deeped it, like, and not to, like, because I didn't want to, because I was trying to be supportive to our friend and stuff like that, but, like, you kind of, like, reflect on how someone impacted your life, and you're like, it's mad, because I didn't know him like that, but it's just, like, you talk to someone every day, and I'm kind of like, do we categorize people now as, like, online friends? Because it's like an online friend. I probably had as many interactions with him as I had with some people, and you know what I mean. You see, and the next thing is just like, oh damn, it's like, and it affects you a little bit. So yeah, no, I just wanted to say, RIP to him. It's not so much a charge to the game, but he supported the podcast. You know, he supported everything we did and stuff like that.
Actually, he actually inspired me to, like, I saw something on his page and he inspired me to actually do. I wasn't aware it was him because I didn't want to obviously push too much and ask too many questions to the boy. But yeah, no, now that I know, RIP to him.
Yeah, it was him. Yeah. So RIP. Yeah, man. So I just wanted to say that. But my charges of the game, seeing as we have the property guy on, is, am I ever gonna be able to afford a house here?
Okay.
I didn't even want to. I really want a house here because my charges to the game really is all our boys have to emigrate. So I'm just a bit like, what the hell? Like our boy just told us there, like,
yeah, he's moving to Australia.
He's up in
because it's just it's too expensive cost of living here. But you were able to manage to get 2 properties before 25. Yes, in this economy. Talk to us. What are the tips that you can give people?
I thought I was going to charge it to the game, but okay.
Yeah.
Wait. You guys are just jumping, bro.
No.
Look, I like to see. I like to see.
You got anything to charge to the game?
You know what? Like,
let me charge something to the game and then we come back.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. Like, to be honest, what I'll charge to the game is every person that's hating on guys that are called Dami at the moment.
Okay. Yeah,
that's pretty much gotta change that to the game.
I don't want to talk too much about it, but look.
Like, isn't the hate justified?
Look, that's why I don't want to comment on that, but I think we are getting, like, look, if even when I'm at home,
invest in it.
Even when I'm at home, it's like that name.
Dami, I'll tell you this, yeah. The person I always say this to her. The person that we live with are our biggest up. They will call you out. They will make fun of you. Like I in my house, if I say Paige is lame, they look at me.
Bro, coon. I ain't saying that.
They say coon. I said Paige is fine past India, no? Coon. It's not true. It's not true, but we have to wind them up. You know what? You just don't wind up. You ever just wind up your babes?
I'm a big fan of doubling down. Yeah, I'm a big fan of double down. Yeah.
So nobody here just winds up their babe for the sake of it.
No, all the time, bro. What's the point of having a babe? You have to do that all the time.
You live with them all the time.
You know the funny thing is
they wind us up. Like,
there you go.
I was about to say they do it to us too. If we do, it's like, why you be mean to me and all this stuff. I'm just like,
we don't get away with it as much as they do.
No.
But honestly, yeah, I'm charging it to the game.
Being called Dami, you're charging out to the game.
No,
people the Dami Lola stocks are. The Dami Lola stocks are an all-time low right now.
It's hard, man. It's hard.
I'm telling you, what's good? That I've never seen such a real tweet when they said black men are going down on the RICO charge.
No, black Irish men.
When he was in Casa Amor doing what he was doing.
Oh my god!
All the black men that were in situations were getting side eyes. So this is what you're like when you're out with the boys.
Oh my god! It was hard for us.
People think he's from Briggs.
But what? Why?
I don't know. People just think he's from Briggs.
Oh, it's that thing. Like, do you remember that tweet that someone saes, girlfriend by Briggan would not give you the light of day, and girls from fucking London with 4 times the social status. By Briggan, there was a tweet. By Briggan, I just has a negative connotation.
Yeah.
Me, I'm not from there anymore.
Yeah, so, I swear. I've got a bunch of O's in that.
You know, officer and that. In the A92.
You know what I'm charging to the game this week,
Oh, you're mechanics. Mechanics.
Damn.
You start your car out? No, you back on the road? Nope.
No.
All right.
What's called? Because you know what? Yeah, like, all right. So this is what happened with my car. Yeah, I came back from holiday and it was just it just wasn't working properly. My brakes weren't working properly. There was no power. It was a shit show. So I took it to the mechanic. He's like, I'll have a look. You know, it's like you can't tell what's wrong with the car by just looking at the car. And I'll have a look, see what's wrong with it. Yeah. He goes, look, brother, it's a big job. There's a couple things that need to be fixed on it. And I knew a few things before, anyways. Yeah. So I was like, calm. Like, how much do you think it might be roughly? He's like, I don't know yet. But I'm talking maybe $1.5 grand.
Did he stand back, do the analysing of
Yeah, he didn't even do all that.
It's not looking good, bro.
That's next
not looking good.
Then I'm minding my own business, working and shit. I get a phone call. I don't even have his number saved. I just know the last 4 digits. I was like, that's that guy. All right, cool. Yeah, what's up? I was like, yeah. He's like, how are you? I was like, I'm grand. He's like, you're not going to be grand after this. He said 1, 2, 3, 4 broken. That's going to be extra. I said, you know what? For my babes, we'll run it. Yeah. Cool. A week goes by, 2 weeks go by.
Anything for Brianna.
Anything for my babe.
Gotta treat Brianna.
Gotta treat Brianna correctly.
He calls me again. He says, brother, I'm not gonna lie to you. I fixed a couple things in it. More things are broken. This car has gone to shit. Like, it probably is not even worth the money to fix it.
Is he Irish?
Yeah.
What? Wait, what does that matter?
No, I
just my guys are proper TikTok, don't do this. But yeah, so then,
guys, here's where you don't trust Irish mechanics.
But yeah, so like obviously, like I'd given him some money because it's like this is like 2-3 weeks in, and it's a big enough job. So I was like, I'll put some money down or whatever. And now it's gone to a place where I spent like 1.3 on it already. Car is not even driving now, and the thing about it that's pissing me off.
Why would you not be mad for 3 weeks? No,
because low key. This is the thing. Yeah, low key. I feel like I'm being played. And the thing about it, right, is that I can't even tell if I'm being played or not. Because if he says he changed X, Y, Z, what do I know about changing X, Y, Z?
Yeah. You don't have any.
Do you know what I'm saying? And like, I also don't have like a mechanic buddy that can be like, come check the car out for me or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? So now I'm pretty much at the mercy of this guy. And he's like, look, if you want to sell it for parts, I know someone that'll buy it for parts. But now I'm kind of thinking like,
why are you saying that?
I don't know if I'm a cynic or if I'm just looking at it. It's like, bro, what if you tell me that
she's trying to finesse you out of a good car? Yeah,
do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of in a situation where I could take it away from him.
Yeah.
And take it somewhere else.
And take it somewhere else and test the market.
It's not driving though. So to get it towed somewhere else, that's 150 at least.
Yeah.
Then having to get them to check it, that's probably another 80, 90, maybe even 100. And if they tell me that it can be fixed, it's not like, here's 150, it's fixed. It can be fixed, but it might cost you another $1,000.
You see, he has you where he wants it.
Yeah. So I got to charge it to the game. If he's playing me, he got it.
That might be the most.
Now you understand why we call charger to the game.
Yeah, I got it.
That takes the cake, man.
You know what? Sometimes,
you just gotta charge to the game.
Like it's just like that time I got bumped for
the tickets.
What was it again? For Thames, I got bumped for Thames tickets.
Really?
Yeah, they sold me fake. Wait, it's not even fake. I got bumped. I sent money. I didn't receive anything back.
Damn.
Yeah.
Twice in a year, bro. I feel like a dickhead. But yeah, I'm charging that shit to the game. I'm pissed off.
I
think that's
you're right.
Just for me, it's just this. The weather, sleeping in this weather, you can. Other than nothing really to be charged to the game. It's been a great month for me, DG. I won't tell you. Are we not going to explain to the people we have in this?
Shit, yeah. We didn't even address admin.
We didn't even address this. First of all, follow us on Instagram, Charges to the Game Pod. Same thing on TikTok, Charges to the Game Pod. On Twitter, we are CITTG_podcast. That one is just effort because nobody when it says Charges to the Game Pod, people can just go. But CITTG_podcast, they're like, Twitter's not even that deep. Twitter's actually becoming the worst platform of them all at the site.
Nah, Instagram.
Even
there's just constant bullshit.
Twitter, I'm not on Twitter because it's so toxic.
Yeah, I think that's what's ruining it for me. That's what's ruining it for me. It's becoming more and more toxic.
It's toxic.
It's becoming
because everybody wants to do a fucking think
piece on anything. Like,
but do you notice that we only clocked this in pre-season?
What you mean?
Because a lot of our time on Twitter is occupied on football.
On sports,
Twitter. Literally on football Twitter.
Football Twitter, you expect it to be agendas.
And then you take it somewhere off. So you take it somewhere off and you're like, Love Island. Okay, right. This tweet's funny. Yeah. And then you get to and this is what happens with Love Island every year. You get to the part where everything's simmered down. There's not as much crazy stuff going on. People have hyper-analysed every single couple in
characters,
there, and individual in there.
I can't get involved.
They've internalized the behaviors of people because they got treated like that
on a scripted show.
Yeah.
Touch grass. Go outside.
Go
outside.
What's called like everyone loves a bit of toxic.
Twitter toxic is different. Like Instagram is there toxic?
Instagram's too sparkly and fake.
Instagram is it's even more your inner bubble. It's hard to see things from people you don't. It's harder to see things on people you don't know on Instagram because sometimes you just go through your stories and it's most of your timeline. But on Twitter, things will appear through retweets, quote tweets, and all this. I think it's becoming Twitter.
It's the most informative app, I think, as well. Like, do you ever scroll through Instagram and you're like, why am I scrolling through Instagram?
Mm-hmm. I don't scroll through Instagram. I do stories at most. I do stories at most.
And
I don't scroll through
that new update that they made it look like TikTok as well is dead.
Yeah.
It's so dead.
But just get reels of food, man.
But the thing is, like, genuinely, though,
you
like,
get the same,
I have found myself using Twitter a lot less. But when I do go, like, I just don't take shit personally. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if I start seeing a thread that I don't like, I'm of the class of, if you don't like it, don't look at it.
And
let's move on. Do you get what I mean?
No, I'm with you, and I was like, that was one of the things I was thinking. I was like, remember when Love Island started the first day, and I was on Crowd, and I said it on the pod. I'm like, man, Love Island is just one of the times on Twitter we can just have harmless fun. Everybody's enjoying. Nobody knows you're serious. You know. Mm-hmm. As the season progressed, I'm seeing like people. Do you know when people are having banter, and you know when people have attached their personal feelings to a tweet? Like you're seeing some of these tweets, and you're like, this sounds a bit personal. Like you're personalizing this. Like this is you're projecting. You're projecting.
Well, I do. Maybe I haven't really watched the rest of the Love Island's seasons as intensely as I'm actually watching this one. I think there's a lot of relatable situations in there. Do you get what I mean? Like the guy that goes out, does nonsense, comes back to his babes, gets his babes back. Yeah. The babes that's on crud.
Is that who you relate to? Is that who you relate to?
The babes that's on crud. The babes that's on crud. The couple that's toxic, but they really like each other, but they want to admit that they like each other. A lot of times it's just that, you know, especially with India. With India right now, there's a lot of girls that are like, don't take it back. This and that.
A lot of girls in that position
because they've seen the position happen. They might have even lived it out. Do you get what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you don't see this, blah blah. But obviously, it's different when you're in the situation.
And it's even more different in Love Island because you can't block and unfollow. Exactly, brother, you will wake up and see Dami's face.
Yeah, every day.
Like every. It's not like I'm gonna go block and follow, go all my girls and forget about this guy, and then do hot girl, and maybe next day I'll unblock him and then talk to him. You're waking up the next day to deal with him. The next day challenge, you have to kiss him or something. It's probably easier to just make up, or not even just make up and be cool, but talk it out. Because it's like people just expect him to be like, I'm not gonna don't talk to Dami anymore.
And I don't think you can do that. You can't.
They don't even get to listen to music in there.
But I wouldn't mind. Half the time the apologies are insincere anyway, so you can tell everybody's of the mind frame of let's just talk it out.
I think they have to.
Because it's such close proximity, but like, you know what? It makes for a great social experiment. The show. Oh my God. Because you actually see people's personalities just blend into each other. Like I actually don't think. I feel like I don't even think Davide was the guy he was at the start of the show. It's just basically the idea of mob culture. Like you're around people that have this personality, and I feel like it just rubs off everybody. Do you know what I mean? Like especially with him and Ekansu and stuff like this. Like
it's funny. It's funny you said that because I was like, the lads in there are moving insecure.
Very.
I said that I feel like it's because
it's like a chain reaction.
I feel like it's a chain reaction. Yeah. I actually said this. I feel like it's a chain reaction because the head honcho, which is Luca, is very insecure and it kind of just filter. We're humans, we move with the masses.
Do you remember how that kicked off?
The pack followed the alpha, and in your case, if Luca is the alpha, the pack follow. If he's kind of like a bit insecure with it, then.
But do you remember how the Davide narrative kicked off? It's always rooted through Luca. Luca said, "Oh, Davide's a god," and then all the lads got insecure.
That was the most weird bitch shit ever. Like one man came in the place and they all crumbled like oh, Davide's here.
Yeah, I know.
Shut up, man.
Believe in yourself.
But like the thing is, genuinely with Luca, I like where he's coming from. Over that whole beef with after the movie night, I can see it. I can see where he's coming from. He's wrong. But I can see where it's coming from.
That's what we were saying in the group chat. I was like, I can see that, like, if that's what, like, I understand that this is Gemma Owen. So you think any interaction that she, like, all this, she's going to get mad interactions. So you see a little bit of interaction. If you're already insecure, you're going to project that insecurities even more. Even though your man was putting a hand around her and she was, like, telling him off. But because he already feels away, any little thing that he sees is just going to be like, she's moving mad.
I think the place that they were at, and I think he was just expecting her to just say, no, I've got a man. Don't even try to talk to me.
I think his ego.
Just the fact that she's chatting to him is a problem. Like even look at it. Like
And he didn't even look at the context of how she conversated with him. I think he just expected Billy to approach her to shut him down straight away.
Even look at the way that, bro, at every moment he's sleeping outside, she's chilling in the bed with Mandem.
Exactly. But that's not a bad thing. Like, you can't put too much expectations on people. Like, let her do her thing. If you start putting expectations, it makes the relationship difficult.
It will push them away. And I always say it's like the best version you get of people is if you let them be themselves.
Exactly.
Because I was thinking of the pod. I'm like, man, if Deji pushed his content on socials, like Deji's a 6'3" good looking guy. I'm like, Deji this podcast will fly. But I know that's not Deji's character. Deji's just not going to look into his phone and talk. But I would rather Deji be Deji than force something. Is not like I was like, because I was talking about with my missus. I'm like, because she was making fun of me. She's like, you think you're the Beyonce or the this? I'm like, yeah, but I was like, yeah, but Dave, he's half and half. If Dave pushed himself, he could get the white side and the black side. I'm like, Deji's 6'3" and he's like with a 6'4", sorry, with a beard.
6'4".
But if Deji pushed for the content, bro could be doing this, but I'm like, at the same time, if it's not their character, I don't want them to do something they don't want to do for the pod.
For the right bag is my character. Brother, I'm there.
After a while, but you get used to the bag.
I'm there.
After a while, you get used to the bag.
Okay, let me get the bag first.
Bag up front.
But also, I didn't
finish my promo, you know.
Oh,
we go through. Let's go.
Oh no, but I do think this is what I always say. Guys every guy wants a bad B until they get a bad B. Yeah. Like, I don't even think Gemma's particularly amazing or whatever. Yeah. But
it's because she's not
the status. It's also the status of Gemma Owens.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like
that tax.
Yeah.
Like if you get a girl, like I think every girl gets moved to at a certain rate. Do you get what I'm saying? But if you get a baddie, trust me, they get moved to differently, bro. Yeah. They will just be walking down the street trying to catch the bus.
Some guys will move, man. They'll move.
Train drivers will stop and say, "Yo, let me chat to you real quick."
Yeah,
no, you're late. Just give me the snap. But yeah, like you know what I'm saying. And if you're not secure in your thing, and let's say if you have a baddie that's also nice as well, that you know that you can chat to everybody, bro, it's not for you.
Guys will move to your girl in front of you,
bro.
It'll go that far.
Maybe not when you're 6'4".
But what's called? Andrew needs to scrap the boys, man. Andrew needs to scrap the boys.
Nah.
I'm with the boys. I'm with the boys. We said every person in the villa is an example of someone. I've seen guys that are like the girlfriend turns around one day and says, "I don't like your friends." They drop all their friends.
No, but it's not.
And
Andrew needs to scrap the boys.
He needs to scrap the reason why he needs to scrap the boys. Yeah, is the thing is right. Okay, like let's say I've known your wife before I've known you or whatever and whatever, all that kind of shit. No matter what I think about your wife, before you wife her, as soon as you wife her, I have to now have the respect for you.
I agree. So that I agree with.
You can't be doing this thing where my babes is the butt of the joke every time. We gotta fight.
Okay, I didn't say it like that. I agree.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like
yes, you've changed my mind.
I actually agree with you. Yeah.
I changed my mind because I know you out of respect for you. Whatever opinion I have is none of my business. Yeah. At the end of the day, if you love her and you're happy with her, and I value our friendship, because if your miss is the butt of my joke every time and you're happy with her, she has the right to be like, I'm uncomfortable with your friends. And it's not coming out of nowhere. It's coming out of the place that like, look, they've made me feel uncomfortable. I'm the butt of their joke. And when you're in that situation, nine times out of you're not gonna pick your boys. This is your person you live with.
Yeah, you never.
You will never pick your boys.
Never pick your boys.
Yeah. So
top tip: never pick your boys.
So I didn't see it in that angle. Because you sometimes even whatever your opinion is, if that's your person's person, just hold it like sometimes bro, but unless the person is actually being toxic, because what they say isn't wrong either. She's taking you as an option. Everybody that's coming in here, she's giving them a chance. Which, to be fair, it's Love Island. It's not wrong to get to talk to other people.
Yeah, but it's the inconsistency of it. It's like don't do the whole boyfriend thing. Don't do the whole.
Since the boyfriend thing, she hasn't done it.
But this is the thing.
I know what you're saying. She does.
She's just the quickest to do it for someone that's supposed to be so comfortable in their relationship.
I know what you're saying.
Is there not a thing where like it's even now?
It's what?
It's even.
Yeah, like he licked her tail.
He licked
it is even.
Yeah, that's why movie night. After the movie night, they just got back because they knew why we getting mad.
I actually think they will last. Like people are like they will never last.
In the outside
I think they will last.
I don't even care to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't even care to be honest. I'm as invested as the next 3 weeks, and then football season starts anyway.
Perfectly said.
Like I think we ends in 2 weeks anyways. But that it's just that thing. Like it doesn't matter if you've known my wife before this and blah 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 blah. Like especially if you're my boys. And the thing you've already told me. and I've still made the decision to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Now at this point, like if I'm being taken for a mug, I know. Let me do my thing.
Devil's advocate. They are not just voicing their opinion; they're answering questions through a challenge. And then he's telling them to explain why they would, and they are explaining it truthfully. It's not like they're just sitting there saying Tasha's this way. They're asking them a question in the challenge says, "Who do you think is riding someone's coattail?" And they're answering honestly. Should they not pretend because he's their boy?
No, okay.
That was that because it is true. If they were just just sitting and bitching about Tasha, fair enough.
Yeah, but there's a way to do it.
I think there's a way to do it.
There's a way to do it. Like the thing is, if it's a thing, like because the thing is one of those things where they
Listen, and then, especially Andrew's like, oh, he's gonna say that Tasha.
You can answer like. I'm not saying don't play the game. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, even Tasha said that she was expecting it. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's the way that you go about it. We recouple, you're rolling your eyes. You do this, you're doing this. And like, every moment is, oh, Tasha's not this. Bro, like, shut up. Keep my girl's name out your mouth, bro.
I agree. I see the angle. I do see the angle.
Like, and that's what it is. It just feels a bit like.
Your angle is even if they don't respect her, they should respect him enough to not do anything about it.
Do you get what I'm saying?
That's why they invented the sentence, as long as you're happy, bro. Just leave at that. Listen,
imagine you post your girl in the group chat and they just reply, as long as you're happy.
As long as you're happy. As long as you're happy.
Wait, hold on. Is it worse to get as long as you're happy or just get air?
Just get aired.
Just get aired, man.
Imagine you're finally talking to this babe you wanted for a while. You made her your girl. You drop it in the group chat. It's like, oh guys, this is my babes. Air. Or
as long as you're happy can be a dagger though. Can be a dagger.
If they just air, you just post the babes and they air it.
Yeah.
You don't want them to say too much. Like
that's true too.
Yeah, actually, I'll take the air.
Yeah, I'll take the air.
I'll take the L.
Yeah, I'll take the air.
Because as long as you're happy means, oh, bro, this girl is.
Because the air could be like, man, if I say, yo, bro, your babe is, I'm not gonna say anything. Just allow it. Yeah. Yo, you got that? No, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna. But I don't have to do that in a minute. Like post a girl, like say, oh, this is her. Because when I go with my wife, everybody knew her anyways. So there was no like grand introduction to everybody. She was around.
Question: what's called? Yeah, obviously, man, in relationships are married and that. Yeah.
Well, what about you?
I told you I'm single.
Okay.
What's called? We said, anyways, what's called?
This is a weekly update.
Do you
stats changes like the weather, bro?
Do you see how you in this life? Yeah, you got to learn to like block out and just have tunnel vision.
White noise. Ask the question. That's not the question.
What's called? Yeah. Do you feel like you guys as wives see themselves the way you see them? Like, do you think your wife thinks you're as okay, right? Let's say if you rate your wife like a 9 out of 10 or whatever, do you think she sees herself that way?
Good conversation.
Good. To be honest, I see my wife as a 10. But like what she sees me, I think she'll tell me she sees me as a 10.
No, not you.
Yeah.
How she sees herself.
Oh, how she sees herself.
If you rate your wife a 10, do you think she rates herself a 10?
I think she does, yeah.
See, the thing is, it's actually funny you brought this up because I said it to her this week because we got dressed up and we were going for a walk or somewhere, and then I was like looking at her, and I'm like, sometimes because you live with her and you're used to it, you forget the pangness of it. And I just said to her, and I'm like, it's funny because if I was in the streets, you'd be exactly my type. Yeah. But I have it at home, and some days I don't think about it. Then because I was looking at her, I was like, if I was a single man and I saw these babes, and I'm like, yo, this physically,
you know, like,
this physically,
you have to stop the train and be like,
I was having this conversation with Emma because ironically, I text Simi, Jordan's wife, and I said, oh, thanks for having us at the thing. And she goes, yeah, no problem. Tell Emma, by the way, she has a banging body.
Yeah, she said that to me as well. And I was like, how am I going to tell that to Dave? He's like, you know Emma has body, yeah? So yeah, all right.
And I was like, okay. But this girl doesn't see it.
Yeah, okay. Oh, same.
This girl thinks she's a whale, like, thinks she's huge. And I actually had to have a conversation where I says, the thing is with you, you're so wrapped up in your head that you think you're bigger than what you are, that it's actually like, it's creating its own complex. So you just take the compliment. If someone says, I ran and told her. I said, Simi says you have a bab. See? I'm listening on my phone like, see?
You know she's gassed as well because she's probably like, nah, Simi's body's amazing. If she thinks
no,
he's amazing.
She laughed. She just went, yeah. I was like, kind of like brushed it off. I was like, no, look, like,
yeah.
It's so funny seeing how, like, obviously, like, if you've got female friends and stuff like that, that you might be there when they're posting a picture or see how they feel about it, whatever. And I've seen girls talk about my friends and be like, oh my God, this girl is so blah, blah. And I've seen the same girl that is posting talk about the other girl that commented on it, and they're both just gassing each other up. But when it comes to themselves, I don't know, it's just
I think girls are like that.
And it's like you're telling me, I'm probably the realest person telling you right now. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I will like. The thing is with me, I'll find a constructive way to tell her. Like, you know, and like, and I'd like the same for me if I was like letting myself go, something like that. I'd like to have it constructively told to me by my other half.
Exactly.
I'd like to think I'll do the same, you know, in that sense, like in the least toxic way possible. Like, I'd like to tell them, like, you know, like, this isn't you, I guess.
Yeah, but
I think that's healthy. I think, like, I said, like, one of the first things I said to Aisha is, like, look, like, we know what we like and we know what we don't like. And I'm not trying to be mean about it. But if you, like, let's say if I was letting myself go, like, I want you to say it. Like, she was like, no, I could never call you fat. No, I'm like, call me fat. Tell me.
Don't call me fast. You even do that joking thing. Say, hey, you're getting a belly, huh?
That shit is pre-workout.
All right.
That shit is the best pre-workout. Like, Monster.
Even if you say it jokingly like that, because sometimes their deliveries are like, sometimes their delivery is just not the best. But if you put it digestible, like I always tell you guys, I like stand-up comics because they tell me the truth in digestible form.
Exactly.
So they tell me the truth, but I can digest it because I'm laughing. So if you if you do a bit of banter, hey, you're getting a belly, huh? All right, okay. Let's go do this carb.
I do think it's also one of those situations where it's like, look, babes, I'm never gonna say anything to try and hurt your feelings.
Exactly,
so I'm not trying to be mean here. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and I think, and that's why when people that I genuinely fuck with tell me something, like, I usually don't get offended because I know you're not just trying to say something to be malicious. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so if you tell me something that I don't like, like, there must be a reason you're telling me. Do you get what I'm saying? But like, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. And like we always say, sometimes it is a delivery, because sometimes they'll tell you what they've probably wanted to say, but they'll say like mid-argument or mid like something, and then it's like when you say it now, I don't care for it. But if I just said, it might be what you've been feeling for a week, but the fact is you delivered in this medium, I don't want to hear it right now. But if you told me when it was like after work I was chilling or something, like for example, you're getting a bit of a belly. But if some will deliver it, men or women, they'd be like, well, you like a man might tell her, you're a fat bitch anyways. And that's when she's finding out. It's like, why are you saying it like that to her? Like, you could have, you were probably saying this, watching her gain weight, not saying anything because you're scared to hurt her feelings. I just said, yo, you bit of a belly. Hurt her feelings, but calm her. But now you've said it in true argument. You say, you're getting.
Or she says it first, and you're mad that she's first to the punch, so you say it back.
But you know what?
The whole time you were thinking that, like,
yeah. You know what I clock? Like, we actually don't need to say it because, like, if you're African. Like, you're
some auntie will say
it.
Dami said, I'll save myself to stress.
No, like, that's the thing.
They will never lie.
I'll bring it to a party. I'll bring it to a party. All right, someone say it from me. It is true though. But what happens when an auntie says it to your missus and like you visibly her feelings are hurt?
No, you answer that question.
No, there is like there was occasions where, especially during COVID, when we were doing like everybody was gaining a bit of weight during COVID. Like, so if we're doing FaceTime and my mom said it, it's like, you look like you're getting bigger, and I just told my mom, like, no, don't say that, like, because it's my mom and I can say it to her. But I don't know if it was one auntie at a party. Because the African in you is like, I don't want to be rude to this auntie, but at the same time, you've disrespected my wife.
Be rude to aunties, man.
Yeah, bro. I hear it. I do agree.
Yeah, normalize being rude to aunties.
You gotta let them know sometimes. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not 12 anymore. You can't do this. You know what I mean? Like, there's some certain things. Like, if they say to you in a bantery way, say it to them too in a bantery way. Like, oh, you gave it to you too.
Yeah.
That's like I saw a tweet and someone said they're pressuring girls to get married, and her reply to the auntie was, well, I'm not financially ready yet. Do you want me to suffer like you did? Sometimes I need to hear it.
Yeah. But,
sometimes I need to hear it.
It's high risk. It's high risk. Yeah.
They live off the basis I'm elder, respect me no matter what I do.
Yeah.
It's not happening, bro.
And I can just violate.
Yeah, not happening.
No.
Yeah. And sometimes when they see you're doing good, they'll hit you with that. Oh, you're gaining a bit of weight or whatever. Just to kind of, I don't know, maybe
check you or something.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I think a lot of the aunties are jealous of the girls. Because, bro, like, these girls got money these days. Like, apart from money, they can do what they want. They can wear what they want.
The freedom they have, they could. Their husband would never let them.
Even before, and like a lot of them is just like, because where was I seeing it? Like, I saw something. It might have been TikTok or something, and it was like the reason why all these aunties are pushing for girls to get married is because that's the only way they could really gain status. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, once you're married, you're now somebody, like, you're married, blah blah.
To be a wife was a status thing.
To be a wife was a status thing.
To be a picked and
and for men, going college, getting a good job, you got status, you got power. You get what I'm saying? So everybody's just trying to chase that status.
So what you're saying is to be a high value man is harder than to be a high value. Just jokes.
You're watching too much Andrew Tate.
I know. He's on my feet all the fucking time.
This guy on my feet all the time.
Because I remember when he first came on my feet, I'm like, who is this guy?
Nobody kills me.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he said anyways. That's what he said. How'd you meet your wife still?
Huh?
How'd you meet your wife?
How did I meet her?
Yeah.
You see, I knew her from time.
Okay.
When I was like, what? It's actually a funny story. I knew her like when we were like 14, 15, old enough to kiss.
Okay.
I knew her that. So.
And you kissed then?
No, we did not.
Oh, okay. So
why'd you
put old enough to kiss
I
then?
think she was friends. We had mutual friends.
Okay.
And then like we were kind of like just hanging out, like play Truth or Dare or something. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'll kiss you. But
Damn.
at
15?
Huh?
At 15?
I don't know. Like
Bad man, Dami.
Bro,
I see you.
But I don't even know the age. But like I know that it wasn't like oh I fancy.
Yeah,
Just kind of like when you're trying to
15.
discover what kissing is. That
Hormones.
Kind of,
Yeah. Led by hormones.
Yeah. But
Why are we so horny?
but she was innocent as like she was.
She's not
so
innocent now. Is that what you're saying? She's not innocent now.
innocent, bro.
I shall kill me. I shall kill
She'll
me.
put up a smoke.
Straight on my DMs to what you say, Jordan.
Yeah, I think what she said to me was like, "Ew, no." Yeah, I think she actually said that.
Nah, you know sometimes you gotta bring it out, like remember what you said, who's laughing now?
And then so that the kiss didn't happen then.
No, it
then
didn't
years
happen.
later.
And, like I just kind of like categorize her as kind of like innocent, shy,
Okay.
and like I wouldn't
You
even
gave it
go.
time?
I wouldn't even go there. Like I didn't even think about it. Like and like I think what was like we obviously went to the same college and like
Shout out DCU.
yeah DCU and like we're just friends, but we're not even tight friends. I mean. I just looked at like such an innocent
It's like
girl.
you were friends though, but you knew what was up. You're
Bro,
like,
I
we're
didn't.
obviously spending
You didn't?
this company.
Okay.
When I was in first, like I was,
Damn.
maybe I'll say
No, because I used to see you together, and I used to be like, they look kind of cute.
but that when was that? That was probably
second year, third year,
maybe third
or
year.
by then you were already together.
No, third year when we got together.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I would say I was friends with her, but I wasn't like hanging out with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think like maybe third year.
So how'd you shoot your shot then?
Oh man. So basically, like I'm a bookworm, smart guy. So like, so she was like, she was struggling with like college work and
So
stuff.
she
like
moved
that.
to you?
No, she didn't. She did not move to me.
It's true. The Nigerians always move to the Congolese. It's how
Bro,
it is.
what are you talking
It's
about?
how it is. My wife moved to me. You moved to your. Sorry, go on. Tell
Yeah,
the story,
so
tell the
like
story.
she obviously she was hanging out with her friends with Glet and all. She was like, and they were all kind of like trying to figure out some. I don't know what we were doing. It was some MCQ at the time, and I was just I actually was just hovering around. Like I didn't even hang out with them, but I was kind of just like I kind of just thought like this girl is, maybe around third year. So I was like, I can help you with that. But like, I didn't have a clue because she ended up helping me.
I like that. Always say yes to every opportunity and figure it out, and then figure it out after.
Yeah.
Say yes, and then we'll figure it out when we can.
And then from there, it just kind of just blossomed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, how many? 1 year later, you proposed, is it?
Yeah, actually, I remember one time, like, you see, in, like, what was it? Second year. I could have been dating someone else at the time, so that person might be like, what's going on? But, yeah, I remember in second year, I was, in second year, there was a party, some African party. And, like, obviously, like, I was saying, she was there, I was there, I was leaving, so I gave her a hug. And, like, I didn't think that much about it, but I gave her a hug. That man, as a guy, yeah.
It's prolonged.
It's prolonged, yeah.
You hold that a bit too tight.
Yeah,
a bit too long.
It's not one-handed, it's the two-handed.
The two-handed on the waist.
On the waist.
I see you.
Yeah, but like, look, I gave her a hug, I went, but then she told her friend, that's my friend as well, she told our mutual friend, like, geez, that hug that Dami gave me, and that was in second year. But like, look, time went on, and the only third year I started.
Shadowing in the hug.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I see.
I'm sorry. You just knew after a year.
No, he didn't propose after a year. I don't think.
Okay.
Oh no,
because I was gonna say don't let my girlfriend see this.
Yeah, no, it took what?
How'd did you propose actually?
How did I propose?
Yeah.
I proposed in my house.
Okay. Oh yeah. I remember
On,
the balloons and
everything. Yeah, set up on her birthday. So basically, it was her birthday, and like I said, we'll do something on the day. Well, I said we'll do something the day before her birthday, and then I was like, I cancelled. Like I just said, it got cancelled because of COVID, because that was during COVID. So she was really upset about that, and I was like, look, it is what it is. So she was super upset on like the day before her birthday, going into her birthday, super upset. So I was like, look, it is what it is. I'll get you a gift, like when things, and we'll do something like when COVID dies down. So like, I'm actually like, she was super upset, but like I didn't get any stick from it. Yeah,
and because you said COVID, so people.
She was upset but not mad.
She wasn't mad. Yeah. And then like on the day of her birthday, like it was like Iwaku. She came in. She popped into her house. Aisha was like, "What are you doing here?" She's like, "I'm here to do your makeup." And Deborah came in to do the hair, the nails. She was like, "What the hell?"
So looks and her face is by Iwaku.
Yeah. Nails done.
Levels.
So she was like, "What is going on?" And then obviously I came in, and I think she clocked, but she probably thought we were doing something for her birthday. She wasn't too sure, but she had an idea. I took her to my house, and like she was like, "Wow, yeah."
Question here, because bare girls have said, "Don't propose to me on my birthday."
Yeah.
Because
they're like,
"Why
"Let my
is
birthday
that?
be my
Why
birthday."
is that?
They want their birthday they want their birthday to be their day. They don't want you to take a part of their day as well.
Don't overshadow her birthday.
Yeah, don't overshadow her birthday. They want that to be their day as well. Like my question is, you proposed after me. Did I inspire you?
I hate Jordan.
They're just jokes, man. We're podcasting. We're podcasting. We're supposed to be joking. It was funny because I said it to him because he said congrats. I said you soon, and he says don't worry. And then like a month later he did it. I was like,
you were meeting.
I was like, wait, I thought you were joking. So, congrats though. Is Nigerian Muslim and Congolese Muslim, is there different in that at all, or is it? Because I know sometimes there's different like Muslims all over the world, but is any different in the beliefs or the culture?
I don't think so. Okay. I think like Muslims are just kind of Muslims.
Okay. There's not really many different kinds of.
But I do think like one thing about like, let's say,
because Christianity is varies, isn't it? You have Catholics, Pentecostal, like Orthodox. Yeah.
But one thing is like, I know like if you're Nigerian and you're Muslim, compared to other countries, I feel like the Nigerian culture dominates a lot. It's very out there. Like even if you're Nigerian,
so main character syndrome for you, mans.
I don't know if it's that, but I just feel like the Nigerian culture, especially the Yoruba culture, like it's still so like dominating, in my opinion. Even I think.
And do you feel that within your relationship, or did you just feel like? Do you still feel that there's a balance of culture and your culture is more dominant, or is it just like asking questions?
No, that's interesting.
Questions right now.
We're podding, no?
Yeah, we are. I'm listening.
Okay, sorry.
I like the Congolese culture.
I rate Congolese culture. Congolese culture is so funny.
Are you gonna get a vitrine in your house? A little glass with him.
Yannick Balassi.
Yeah, I love all that.
The only thing I just don't understand is why do you man just have flags at the ready,
bro?
Oh my god,
bro! They have flags and they have hips everywhere. Bro.
It's like when they were born. Here's a waist and here's a flag. And a whistle too.
Our first live show, I must bring a flag. Our first live show, did you?
Wait, where did you get flags?
Genuinely. Amazon, man. Do you know what happens is aunties go to Congo, and when they come back with flags.
They just bring back flags.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're easy to fold and you put them in.
Nigerians are bringing back gala. These guys are bringing back flags.
Congrats, anyways. Happy for you. And then even besides that, we tried to. Actually, let me finish. We're at Vision Lab. We didn't even explain. I know, but I had to let the conversation flow.
Right. So
explain.
Is it better go in?
Yeah, look, just situations changing it. Welcome to new space. We might get the proper back. We don't know yet. If we do get the proper back, it will be back. If not, it's not. Cheers, but we're at Vision Lab from now. Bigger and better. Guests are coming, don't worry. We're gonna, second half of the year, we wanted to go stronger, innit? We just, we wanted to push the content and push the brand, and we might even be doing a bit of collabs too soon to come, but things are in the work. We don't talk too much.
We don't talk.
Man.
We don't talk too much. But we got Dami here. Dami, like we said, Dami's a married man we tried to talk about this earlier. 2 properties before you were 25. And that's the kind of content you push. Actually, let me ask you this though. Why do you feel the need to push, to give out the information and push out that kind of content? It's a very niche
Yeah.
I see, sometimes I see it, but it's your man, what's his name? Chambers, doing the tweets about your man that used to do the
Richard Chambers.
Richard Chambers.
Yeah.
But so then when I see someone that
wait,
looks like,
wait, why are you talking about Richard Chambers?
because I used to see him talk about the housing prices.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So that's what I'm just.
He talks about all the miserable shit, though.
All the miserable shit.
All the
so why did
miserable
you
shit.
decide to kind of like push out that content and information?
Yeah. Like, I felt like it's good to share that information because I love it. I actually think it's very interesting.
Okay.
Like, I love the whole like, I actually sit down, listen to pod, read about it. I'd apply for like mortgages all the time, even though I'm not. It's actually.
I'm not taking this.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I've applied I've done 6-7 mortgages. Like just applied. Like sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. Whatever. But like I enjoy it. I like to talk about it, and like I think it benefits. I kind of just did it because I enjoy talking about it and reading about it, and But since I set up, especially the page on Instagram.
What's the page called?
Homeowner _2019.
Okay.
Yeah. Since I set that up, like
It's on same on TikTok, yeah.
TikTok was Damiinvest.
Damiinvest.
Because I kind of just invest in other things as well.
Okay.
Yeah. But like, since I've set up the Instagram page, I saw like a bit of success from people. I don't know if it's directly my advice or my kind of information, but like they seem to think, some of them thinks it's cause of my information, my advice. So yeah,
I'm telling you, sometimes it's not. You don't even have to put information out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to exist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. Maybe,
Sometimes like there's, the first car I wanted to buy.
Yeah.
What were you gonna call this one?
No.
Rihanna.
What's called was a fucking Fiat Punto. And it was purely just because my friend's older brother had one, and bruv, he had a big speaker in the back, driving around loud music.
Yeah.
I want that. I can
Exactly.
do that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And once you see someone that can do it,
Yeah.
it's like, I know that person. They can do it. I can do it.
You can't
Yeah.
be what you can't see.
Do you get
That's
what I
all
mean?
you have to see. Sometimes you have to see people that look like you, and that's, I always say, because I know how people sometimes like, oh, why the diversity, we're just forcing down people's faces.
Yeah.
But it is good that people that can see someone like, we can look at Dami, looks like us.
Yeah,
He bought 2 properties
He has
before he
two,
was
yeah.
25. Let
Yeah.
me see what that
Also,
looks
like a backstory to this, and like my friends in college would know this. Like when I was in college, I was living up near DCU, and we had a bit of an issue with our landlord, where like we all got kicked out, and then from that day I was like, you know what, I'm not renting off a landlord again. Yeah, so
That's cold.
Yeah. So like that kind of motivated me. That got me into like I actually want a place of my own. And like I think it doesn't matter what salary you're on, what job you're doing. It's literally about money management.
How old were you?
And,
Go on, Dave.
I was gonna ask you, because I saw in your latest video you were like, cut out pointless spending. As a man who spends pointlessly a lot, what constitutes as pointless spending for you?
For me, like, look, everyone, it depends on the
Because it's
individual.
subjective. It is
Yeah,
subjective.
it's very subjective.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it would be probably things like coffee. I used to spend like stupid money on coffee. Like,
Bro.
look, I just have to give it up.
Takeaways.
And you'd be surprised how much you save, bro. Like,
So you're telling me I gotta sacrifice Chinese for a gaff in this country?
Yeah.
bro, you do.
What's okay, no, let's start from the very, 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 very beginning, before like you even got into before you got to the point of even applying for the first mortgage or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the point where you're like, you know what, I'm doing this thing.
Yeah.
Like when you sat down, because like, you know, I feel like a lot of the
What was
time,
the plan? What was the
for me, my problem is always starting. If starting is always a problem, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's doing anything, the first day, long.
It's long, yeah.
So how did you go from, you know what, this is what I'm going to do? How did you make your plan? How did you get the steps and everything? And let's just start from there.
I think one of the first things I did, and it was kind of like a blessing in disguise, was I did, what's it called? Bank of Ireland Mortgage Saver. I don't know if, Jordan, you did that. But
Yes, I did actually.
You did Bank of Ireland Mortgage Saver?
Initially, I did the Bank of Ireland Mortgage Saver, but they were being more difficult with the process.
Yeah.
And then a broker called us and told us they'll make it smoother on us. And me, I love soft life.
Yeah.
I went with that broker.
So I did the Bank of
beat
Ireland
buying a
Mortgage
house.
Saver, which I'm not trying to plug Bank of Ireland here, but like it's kind of like a rigid savings account. So when that money goes into that account, you can't touch it. It's very like, it's rigid.
Once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, once it's gone, it's gone. And it's kind of, it's a bit tricky to get it out. You can get it out, but it's a bit like awkward and stuff like that. And like I did it because you get like interest if you actually draw down with them. and they were the only one at the time that was really doing that. But like that money it helped me because I couldn't really take the money out. It was very awkward to take the money out. Plus I had a credit union as well, which I think is brilliant. I know now credit unions are a bit different because
I don't
they
utilize
have,
it enough for myself.
Yeah, they have cards now. But like I still have my credit union, but I don't have a card in it.
Bro,
And
like
like
But that's just remain disciplined with the whole concept of credit union, because people say, "Oh, use the credit union," but if the credit union, I feel like the credit union essentially acts as just like it restricts you as much from touching your money. But it's like if you have a card, it's just still as accessible.
Exactly, but that's only but you see, back then there was no cards.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
What
year was it?
4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Okay.
First. So there was no cards for the credit union, and that was actually my main way of saving after the Bank of Ireland. So like even now I have a credit union, but I don't I probably have some like 60-70 euro in it. But like to go all the way to the credit union to even get that 60-70 euro.
Yeah, you're not doing it. Yeah, exactly.
You don't have online banking now. You can
but
See, you have to try to eliminate that out of it.
Yeah, you have to.
A bit like when it's like when you're dieting.
Yeah.
Don't put the walkers at the bread bin where you can see it. It's like don't put the money visible so you can spend it. Put it away in the credit union.
Yeah, out
you
of
gotta
mind.
walk across the road. You know, you can continue.
Yeah. So, like you're right. Like out of mind, out of sight.
Yeah.
And it's such a pity now because like credit union didn't used to have all that. Like now you're saying they have an online account. Yeah, I know they have like a card, but they were so good for saving before because like they didn't have that like a few years ago.
So
No.
I think
it wasn't that popular anyway.
And it used to be like it's like they blatantly made it so much hassle for you to take out money. Like never mind the walk, and when you got there trying to like release the money, it was the best saving method.
Yeah.
Especially if you work at 9 to 5, it's long.
You just don't have time. You'd have to do it on a Saturday. You don't want to do it on a Saturday.
Exactly. So that really helped my savings. Like obviously I moved back home. That helped as well. So like I said, it's not about your salary. It's more about being disciplined. And you could do so much in like 6 to, like I know it's so cliche, like 6 months you can really do something, but you could 6 months to a year of proper saving, being disciplined. You know yourself, you have a house, saving regularly. Sometimes it's hard.
Yeah. Like,
sometimes it's hard, but that's 6 to 12 months.
Like I said, the people see the house now, but it's a combination of savings I started maybe 4 years ago when I started working at Pfizer. That was like the aim. When I got into Pfizer, I was like, you know what? By the time I leave this company, I want to have enough in my savings that I can put, like, they have a deposit for a house. That was my idea, but I've just left Pfizer now. So this was I started that whole process 4 years ago. And obviously, like you're saying, it's not about salary, and I'm saying names like Pfizer, but trust me, anywhere you go, a student, the starting point of any salary isn't anything spectacular. But what helped me also was, I know it's not always as easy for everybody or as clear for everybody. I was able to stay at home with my parents. My parents never restricted me. They never took any freedom from me.
It was even ask, actually, that was the next question.
It was through their encouragement. They're like, look, if you're gonna stay in Ireland anyways, and you have opportunities to work in Dublin, just stay at home and save. And like, if you can ask my missus, she was allowed in the house. I've never felt restricted being at home, so I never felt in, because I know some people, it's not the same for everybody. That freedom and peace of mind of living elsewhere, it's better than them being in that house and being restricted and not doing what they want to do. And I do hear that. I do hear that argument also, because I think one of the episodes on receipts, they're like saying you're not giving the money to a landlord, you're paying for your peace of mind and your freedom, and that's a fair point to make. But I was in a lucky situation where I could work at a place like Pfizer, but I was also able to stay at home and save. Had I not been able to stay at home, it would have been obviously been harder and longer. Not saying it's impossible, but I am lucky in that way. So I don't want to be like, it took me 3 years and I saved, and that's the standard and that's the basis. No, there's different factors and variables.
Exactly. You know? It's not impossible, but it's definitely harder. Like, Like staying at home does help a lot.
Exactly.
It does help a lot.
Were you, because obviously 4 or 5 years ago, we were in uni. So obviously, is that when you purchased your first property? Because you said...
so like it was a year after uni.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, look, I just...
So you were saving throughout uni as well?
Yeah, I was just saving. Like I would regularly save. I would regularly get involved in things, and that helped me.
Involved in things like what though? What you mean? Say what you mean.
Like, look, I wasn't making crazy money or lots of money, but like I might just like invest in, like before I used to invest a lot in the stock market, and believe me when I say this, I'm not making crazy money or much money at all. I had a good plug, like, and we are still connected now, and he helped me out a lot. And look, it might give me an extra maybe like what, 2,000 euro, but it goes a long way.
Yeah,
that goes a very long way.
2,000 euros.
Yeah. No, like I mean like a year, not like a month. Like,
No, but like
even then,
euro over a year is 2,000 euros.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Adds up. So like, look, that helped a lot. Like so, and like, look, I'd work my regular job. My dad has his own business. I worked there as well, so that helped. I hustled.
Yeah,
but I still enjoyed myself. Like people, like I remember when I was just starting the whole mortgage process, and like some of my friends would be like, "Oh, Joe, you gotta live like you've all the years." Like, so look, I've been to every like I've traveled. Like I'm 26 now. I've already traveled. I've already like, what else do you want to do?
And that's I think sometimes what people is they put their standard of what enjoying myself would be on you. But if I'm happy traveling twice a year and that's good enough for me, that's fine. And I can save for longer. But if you mans want to travel 6 times a year and that's living for you, that's living for you. Exactly. But I think everybody, when you're young, you're just talking. Right now, I'm like, I really couldn't give a fuck what someone does. You know, like enjoy yourself. I don't know what that means. I don't know what enjoy yourself means anymore.
So like like I was saying, you have to have a kind of like a rigid savings plan. Like what one of my videos says like a bulletproof savings plan. Like it just has to be consistent.
Okay. How do you man save? Because I'm not saying saving is one thing I'm bad at it.
Yeah. How do you budget, bro? Budget.
Everyone says budget.
But sometimes
budget is just a bunch of numbers on paper, bro. At the end of the day, like it is just a bunch of paper, a bunch of word like numbers on the paper, like do you get what I mean? So like
I get you.
It's easy to blow the budget. Do you know how many times I've gone on holiday with a budget and the day of
I actually don't go that much over.
Bro,
I don't go that much over.
But this is it. Like you have to live. Like I'm not saying live like below your means, but you have to like look. Before I like obviously the first house I have it fully rented out to someone. I'm still living like I only have a house. Like I'm not using that extra money. I don't put that extra money into my pocket. It just goes into the savings account, and I think that's like I just live that way, and I think
extra money that you have is not extra money to spend. It's extra money to keep it there.
Extra money,
Okay, I think that's what you're saying.
No,
I understand that, but still,
I know it's hard.
Before we get to the point of the extra money, it's easy to budget the extra money.
I hear you.
Generally, because I feel like I always hear like I've listened to many people talk about savings and all that kind of shit, and when I ask them, like, what's that like? How do you actually like? What's your way?
I feel like I have good intentions to save, and then life just grabs me anyway. So then I have to start
if you see my budget,
into it,
shit is cold. Shit
is
cold. Yeah. When you see my bank account and the budget is the numbers aren't equaling out.
My gas is budget. He says hypothetically, that'd be
what? I'm saving $2,000 a week.
But what tips would you give for someone that wants to go into the process? Because you obviously do the videos like you say, the bank will look at your statements and what typically happens during the process of a mortgage. Because you said you've applied for like 7.
Yeah, so like a mortgage, the whole process is
long.
It's long. It's long. I think definitely like I'm not a financial advisor. I'd like to say that.
We have to say that.
Yeah, I have to say that. But like I definitely believe you need a broker. Like I believe like if you get a good broker, you are solid. Like the first one I did not get a broker. I learned a lot. Like I made so much mistakes, and the second time with the broker, like it's so smooth. Like they'll tell you, they're just things that you can do. Like I remember, like how do I want to start it? Where do you want me to from the very start?
Yeah, speak fluently, whatever way makes sense to you.
So like I think like the first thing you need to do is you have to have an intention of saving, and like I said, you have to have a rigid savings plan. You have to have a budget. If a budget is hard, if it's hard for you to make a budget, maybe go to a financial advisor. Like I think they would, sometimes when things are simple, like let's say like athletes, I always say this, like athletes know how to play football better than like the managers. But like having the managers kind of guiding them,
helps.
Like it helps them perform to their best. So like with money management, like we all know, if I save 500 euro, if I save 1,000 euro, by 12 months I will be solid. But then when you have like a financial advisor helping you do that, like they will set it up for you, and maybe in 6 months or whatever they will check in on you. it just like you'll stick to it. You're like,
it's like having a PT.
Accountability there.
Accountability.
If it doesn't reflect by the end, it's like, well, what were you doing with your money?
Exactly.
Let's revise the plan. Yeah.
Exactly.
That was my parents. My parents were like, if you left this house and you couldn't buy a house, we would have said to you, what were you doing living here with all that money at home? Well, we told you to live here to save and you didn't live here. That was the accountability I had.
I remember being like, 22 or something like that. After, like, I got my first job, like my first 9 to 5 at like 21. I was on like 25 grand. From the day I got that job, I was gassed.
Yeah.
But after like a year or something, I kind of like, you know when you start calculating how much money you've made, like since you've left college, and you start seeing numbers like that didn't touch my hand. I sat there and I was like, about after taxes probably around like 18k. Let's even say 18. Yeah. 18,000 euros has come across my hand. Where is it?
Where is it to show?
You start thinking, I'm not a drug addict. I'm not alcoholic. I don't have a house.
I don't get hoes. I don't get prostitutes.
There's no Louis Vuitton over here.
No Louis Vuitton.
Where is that money going?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of them things.
So financial advisor, rigid budget. Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's right. Yeah, so like financial advisor would definitely be something that I advise. Like I've spoken to loads of financial advisors, and like obviously have that rigid budget. Like I think that would help. If you're able to get through that process where you have how much you're saving every month, the next, and like let's say you're on your 4th, 5th month, I think it would be good to speak to a broker. And like a broker would they would give you options. You know yourself, they give you options in terms of how much a bank is willing to give you and the interest rates. Like I won't talk too much about interest. I won't talk about interest rates at all, because like when you start talking about interest rates, people are like, what the hell? But they're actually so important. But because like if you get the wrong interest rates, you're paying crazy amount of money. But like
20 years later, you've only paid interest. You haven't paid anything.
Exactly, you haven't paid anything, so you know yourself. So but getting the right broker, like after you start saving, getting the right broker will be like, I would think that would be the next step. Just to have look, the broker could be like, you're not ready yet. And it's up to you if you believe that like you want to go with them, because sometimes
did they give you an estimate of when you could be ready? Like
they'll give you an estimate on what to do. And sometimes you might be like, actually I don't believe in that broker, I'm gonna do it myself, because you can just apply yourself. And you might still get it. So but it's worth talking to a broker to see where you are. They will let you know clearly where you are and what you need to do. And then like, look, if it goes well with the broker, it's up to you to start looking for houses. And like location matters. Matters.
What is driving the house prices up? Do you know like what's driving the prices of houses up, particularly in like city places around Dublin? Is it just the demand?
I think it's everywhere, bro.
Oh, is it?
Okay. It's everywhere.
I was told that there's funds, like I work in funds. Funds are coming in and like they're buying, like real estate funds are coming in and they're just going 100k over asking price, 40k over asking price, just because like what's up, like the numbers I've been seeing on my screen sometimes are crazy. And it's kind of like if there's one one couple here together, they make 200 bags or whatever. They've gotten approved for a mortgage of like, they're trying to buy a house of like, let's say 500k. And this massive company just comes and is like, oh, house 500, we'll give you 600. Let's pay for.
Let's just go over the odds.
You know what I'm saying? Let's just cut everybody on. Let's just pay for that, and then.
That's an interest. I haven't heard of that one, but that's interesting, and it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, no, because I did see a German company bought a whole apartment complex in Malahide. 42 million. They put 42 million in that apartment complex. That's hard to compete against. There was another company that bought a housing estate, 112 houses in Kildare. So they just bought out the estate. You can't. And it's what the Chinese did in New York, in places like New York and London and Australia. They just
worldwide,
buy out properties. So I think it's happened a little bit here and now with some companies.
And I'm not totally against like foreign investments, because like one thing that kind of irritates me a bit, and might be a bit political, is like we don't have enough Irish-based contractors to build houses. You need foreign investment. You need this foreign money. That's what happened, like you said, in America. That's what happened in Australia. Australia is a big thing. If you go to Australia now, it's filled with Asians because they bought the whole place. And so, like, when Irish people are like, oh, look, we got to stop these foreign investors, foreign contractors, all of that, like, there won't be enough houses. If those guys aren't even in in the picture.
And I always think that even away from that, like once you set up a capitalist society, is which where we live in, it's a free game for anybody with money to play.
Exactly.
And I always look at it in the way of football when people complain about foreign owners, and I'm like, you set up as brands, so that means anybody with money can buy in. If you guys didn't want that, don't sell it as a brand. Just let it grow the way. But then things don't grow that way. So I'm never against foreign investors, like in the same way that I'm like, I'm never against foreign investors, because it's like, if we want to operate this, you set up a society, which means who has most money, who has most leverage wins. Then they're just playing within your system.
Exactly. And like another thing is like, it's a bit, for me anyways, this, like, again, I'm not an expert. I'm not an economist. I'm not like... But like, for me, I believe like there's just not enough houses.
Okay.
Bro, there is not enough houses. Like, I remember I was speaking to some guy in Mosney. He's like, he's in charge of the retail part, like kind of getting people in Mosney. That's kind of like a immigration place. So he tries to get them houses, and like he phoned me because my house was attached to like a company, like a leasing company. So he was like, oh look, I'd like this family to move in and stuff like that. And then I got chatting to him, and he was like, oh, like there's a massive problem in Ireland with housing. He was like, there was about 30,000 like immigrants looking for houses. 30,000 immigrants looking for houses. There's now about 25,000 Ukrainian refugees looking for houses, and there's not enough houses. And this is outside the normal working class people, middle class people.
That's just been the influx now, like really, but there's still
the students.
You know what's so funny? You know what's actually funny about that? One of the boys came to my house and is like, someone that he knows, there's some EU scheme or whatever that they're trying to get housing for. I think it's the Ukrainians and stuff like that. That the European Union will pay you to use your house to put people in. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like they're paying ridiculous prices to get people into houses. Do you get what I mean? And it's kind of like some of those prices that he was saying. I was like, I'll leave my house too. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And it's like it's something with it's not even the Irish government. It's the European Union. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's kind of like when it starts getting like that, like bro. And it's just, you know what the thing that's vexing me the most. There's people out in people out in like outside of Ireland that are paying 1,500 for like a 2-bedroom apartment. Like to themselves. I look at what 1,500 will get you here.
Nothing.
Bro,
Dublin
is the size of this room.
Dublin is pricing everybody out. Dublin is just maybe I don't know, because I'm just I'm not in Dublin anymore.
Like, when I look at Dublin prices, but you're genuinely seeing random places pop up, and it's just like, okay, let's make this a place where people can house like the Georgian houses or whatever. They're putting like 16 people in a Georgian house. Like, it's mad.
Like, I'm a grown ass adult paying rent, and you want me to sleep on a bunk bed? Are you crazy?
There's not enough houses in Ireland. There is not. And like they can, like, they're like they're bringing out all these new initiatives. The Help to Buy was actually like a decent, pretty good one. But they have all these housing for all, and the new one they've brought in.
I seen that one.
The one like the shared equity scheme, and the townhouse scheme or something like that. All these initiatives, in my opinion, it's not enough.
I always think, because if you bring all these initiatives, everybody's trying to avail of this initiative, so it just puts everybody on equal.
So it's actually
playing. It's just put everybody back on equal.
Even the initiative.
If I apply for it, you apply for it. That means if I could afford a 300k house, you could afford a 200k house, but we both get the extra 100k whatever. I still have more than it's not where we started. It's not advantageous, because everybody's gonna try to avail of this. So we're just back to living playing field. It's like everybody's so that's kind of
like, look, they could put as much initiative as they want. What they need to do is build more houses. They need to be build.
To be fair, in Navan, any place that there's space, I'm just seeing houses pop up. Houses are popping up everywhere.
Like where I am now, that was just field. Like if you've been there, you could just see more fields. And I was saying it to Simi, like in 10-15 years, all of this here will be like a nice little area.
Probably even like 5. The way that they're going about.
Exactly. There's so much land that they need to keep building. And like people are like, oh yeah, look, it's a housing crisis, all this kind of stuff. Like, this population is growing. Like, Ireland's not exactly like, I think the average age in Ireland, I could be wrong, but I think it's something like 40 something. Check. Let's see if I'm right.
Go keep talking.
40,
the
40.
just come out.
Huh?
I said the census was just around.
Yeah. So it could be around 40 something years old, maybe 30, late 30s. That's still like people be still like having kids at that age. So like and obviously there's loads of like immigrants coming into Ireland. Like this population is growing.
Yeah, it's mid-30s.
Mid-30s.
Yeah, 36, 37,
Yeah. So I just think like there is nowhere near enough houses. Like people are like, oh, the house prices will go down.
No.
If you have a house for the next, in my opinion,
not looking good.
10, 20 years, you're solid.
It's not looking good, bro.
Because it's like when I was going through the process, it was very humbling because my idea of where I wanted to live and the prices, because it's not, and you just keep saying because it came to a stage where like I was like we're even being priced out of the new builds because there were obviously because you get 3.5 times your salary and then with the Help to Buy, but where we wanted the new builds were just like even with the new builds we can't do it, so we have to. I found this place where I live now, it's a new build, absolute fluke. Because what happened is, obviously, would you know Instagram? It just gives you ads. So we're going through the process. We were actually going to view older houses. They were like maybe 10, 15 years old. So we made up our mind, like, look, we're just going to have to give up the Help to Buy scheme because the Help to Buy scheme only gives you for the new houses. So we're just going to pay up the deposit and firm it. So we're in a bidding war with one house in Drogheda still. We're in a bidding war with this house. We're like in and around where the house we live in now cost. So this other couple is bidding. Everybody's just bidding by 1K. It's really petty. Because like you're at 300K, 301. 302, 303.
So Arsene Wenger thing, and that's what I overstep.
So I'm going through Instagram, then I see an ad of a new estate, and I register interest. Just like, I'm just like, fuck it. Why not?
Yeah.
And then the guy that was helping us bid for the old house, he was also in charge of these houses. He says, they called Simi. He was like, is your husband Jordan? She's like, yeah. He says, I saw he registered interest into this new estate. You know it's the same price as the house you're bidding for, and you get the Help to Buy. And we're like, we'll come see it. We came to see it. They said there were 7 houses left because we had our mindset on an older build because I had 4 beds, and my mind was like, I want a 4-bed, lesser price, but it was an older build and you don't get the scheme. But everybody else was like, no. Get the new build if you're gonna get the Help to Buy scheme. It's like a 20 grand. The government are gonna give you 20 grand. Use the 20 grand. But the conclusion. So obviously, because there's 7 houses and you know they go like this, so you don't have to pick. You have to decide quick. But the conclusion is just based on like going on Instagram and seeing an ad is how I saw this. I didn't go look for it because I had given up. I had given up on new builds. I was like, we're just being priced out of new builds at this stage. It's like it's ridiculous. Even those towns like Laytown, Bettystown. You think they're far from Dublin, yeah?
Yeah.
Bro those new builds,
I'm telling you, Drogheda in a few years, like, it's gonna be.
I keep telling them
it's gonna be a big town. Like it's gonna be. It's extended.
Everybody's moving to Drogheda, bro.
Because of it, you can commute with the train, Dublin bus, and Matthews, and because of work to home, so people probably won't have to commute into the city centre of Dublin as much. Living an hour away won't seem as mad because if I'm only going into the office 3 days a week or 4 days a week, or maybe not ever, what's really the incentive of me living beside the city centre at this grown age? If I was in uni, I understand. I want to be on a uni night out, you're quick. But now, even in the town I live in, I do shopping there. I don't even go gym there. Like you're saying, any town that's 1 hour away from Dublin, because a lot of opportunities, if we're being real, a lot of companies and places to work, they're still in Dublin. So
but I think that's changing.
I agree.
Do you feel like that's changing?
I agree, and that's what I was about to say. They started in Dublin, but in a few years, because companies have copped that, like, we can get the same productivity, work from home, all of these things. We don't need to be based ourselves in Dublin and pay high rent ourselves, being in the city centre. So companies are going to start sprawling around as well.
Look how
I agree with
you. Companies are in Drogheda.
There's one in Dundalk. I actually was about to go there, but obviously I chose the one I'm at now.
I hate Dundalk. I don't know why. That place
hate Dundalk.
That was my sense.
Bro, you know what? Genuinely, that place just give me bad vibes. I don't know why.
Bad vibes? Like
bad
the people or what?
What?
The people or what?
Nah, it's not even. It has nothing to do with anybody. It's literally just. Like because my sister used to live there, and like when I go there, I just like I don't know, I just like the place. I know the thing about Dundalk. Dundalk is mad old. It looks new because when you drive in, you go past the uni, you go past all that. Once you go past that like Tesco,
bro. Yeah.
It's old, bro.
Everything's old. It's a very old town. It is.
But so is Drogheda. Like I drive, like where I am, it's like it looks very old. But when I drive through I'm like, this house is someone renovate here, man. If someone says that, someone at least wash it.
You know that
spray with water, man.
You know when you start spraying, someone gentrified this place.
I saw a tweet and it said driving to Drogheda is driving through GTA. All this one-way streets, hills, and I'm like,
and it's GTA with strangers and freaks.
But anyways, I'll go back to it. So, like, obviously, like I said, you have to go on daft after you've obviously you have a good solid savings plan. You have a good budget. You have to stick to it 4, 5, 6 months. Keep going. You spoke to your broker. Things are looking good. Like, look, go on daft.
Okay.
And bruh, take your time.
Take your time. It's frustrating and it's humbling.
It's humbling.
It's humbling.
And it's actually a very dangerous world. Because when you start meeting auctioneers, everyone's trying to grab your money and leave you with nothing.
I went to see a house on a Thursday, 245. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, gone.
I came back. No. I came back on the Monday. 295.
Yeah, exactly.
Over the weekend, it went I was like, this house is in Drogheda. House is up 50K over a weekend. Yeah. So frustrating.
You need therapy during that process.
Bro,
you
need therapy during that. It's true. You need therapy during that process.
Yeah, because like it's so like you'll be like, okay, I'm 100. Let's say the house costs like you said, 250K, 300K. Yeah. You're like, geez, I just about made enough money. Whoa, thank God. Okay, by the time you call the auctioneer, house is gone to 350. So we have
over a weekend, bro. It's so funny because you're just like now you're doing petty bid war. They say, all right, I go to 251. They'll come back. They went to 255. Like, I give up, man. Then this whole process.
Yeah, but the thing to look at is you will get the house eventually. So don't overpay because like at the end of the day, it's actually not worth it because you're messing with thousands of euro in terms of loans and it's not
even
worth
the 10% deposit. For like when you go from 300K to 350 for example, it goes from 30K deposit to 35K deposit. Yeah. So you don't want to be like killing you know that like just a starting point.
And look, and you know there's solicitor fees, there's like valuations, structural survey, all these stuff. You probably didn't need to do a structural survey.
We didn't do a structural survey. We needed to get it. Or you get, what do they call it? A snagger. They come in, they snag the property and have a look at it and all of that.
Yeah. So anyways, look, you found your house. And now you're like, look, you've done, like I don't want to keep repeating myself, but like, look, you've done the budget, you're saving regularly, you've spoken to the auctioneer, you've spoken to the broker, and you've gone on Daft, and there's myhome.ie, and there's like I talked about the property price registry, that website that I spoke about. If you want to know, if you like, look, check out my TikTok.
What's the TikTok again?
Damiinvest.
Damiinvest. And the Instagram?
Homeowner _ 2019. But basically when you're looking for the house, that's a whole nother world. Like, and I'd say take your time and don't get too much into a petty bidding war because like...
Don't let your ego take over.
Don't let your ego take over.
You're bidding over a house that you don't really care about.
Exactly, because you want it.
Exactly, because a lot of money to pay. And like, look, you might be able to get enough money, but in the long run, you're like, oh, why did I do that? And sometimes, houses fall through. Like someone could be, you can bid before you get mortgage approved. Like let's say I could be petty now, and let's say like your mortgage approved, I know your mortgage approved, and I'm like in the mortgage process. Yeah, I could be like, I'm gonna bid, and the auctioneer will take the amount I say,
and that becomes the base now.
Becomes
before the next one,
and like that's dirty game. Petty. That's on petty.
See, those are the things you charge to the game.
Yeah,
those are the things you charge out to the game.
Those are the sneaky aspects.
Because I saw an auctioneer, I saw a picture on Instagram, Twitter lately. There was a house in Inchicore. The starting price was 430. And the current bid on it was 701. I was like, you're from Damiinvest.
Yeah.
What's there? What's there that people are paying $750,000?
I don't see a gaff that's 700K.
$750,000. Yeah. Fair play, man, boy.
But yeah, so like, look, and I think as human beings, naturally, we get sucked into that kind of like, I'm going to bid higher.
Yeah, the ego, the pride.
It's a dick on the table contest.
It's a pissing contest then.
So it's definitely something to be aware of and to actually like be conscious of. Like, so I think, let's say you've gotten the house now, you've gotten the house, or you get a new build and that's probably the best case scenario, the new build, because the new builds, there's no bidding war.
There's no bidding war. The set price is the set price.
The set price is the set price.
And you get the Help to Buy scheme.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so do you want to explain the Help to Buy scheme? You got it, yeah.
No, Help to Buy scheme is essentially, do you know how people claim their tax back?
Yeah, for 4 years.
So that Help to Buy scheme, it can help you claim it. Like, it's essentially a scheme that you claim all your tax back over the last 4 years, and you can get anywhere up to 30K back to help you bid and pay for the deposit for the house. Not just the deposit, but that money can also go towards the lawyer fees, I think, as well. Yeah. There's certain things that, like, it will pay up to 30K of the deposit, which in turn then gives you extra money to pay towards the other fees. You are not guaranteed to get the 30K. Like, I didn't get the full 30K, and I know people that did. It's just based on the taxes that you've paid over 4 years. So, if 4 years ago, in 2017, which is one of the years I had to claim back, I was a student. So, I wasn't really paying mad taxes on that. Yeah. But if you've definitely been working at 9 to 5 for 4 straight years, that 30K is pretty much certified.
Guaranteed.
So, shit, dude. So government have 30K.
Yeah. That's why when I was like, let's get the 4-bed, literally everybody in my life tells me, you think the government that ever, because you can only use it for the first time. It's for first time buyers. So if you even want to buy another property, you've given up that Help to Buy scheme. Exactly, so everybody in my life were telling me, like, bro, get that money that the government are giving you, because when are they just going to give you free 20K?
Reparations, bro. Don't get that shit.
Definitely. I'd say look for a new build, and especially if you've been working for 4 years, why not? Try to get all that money, because you can actually use it as your base deposit.
Exactly. So if a house, that's a good point. If a house is like 280K, and that means your deposit is 28K, which is 10% of the overall price. Yeah. And if you get the full 30K, that's your deposit paid off by the government, essentially.
Keep your actual money that you've been saving in your pocket.
All those lawyer fees.
But then the lawyer fees, lawyer fees shook me, man. I went to the office, and they gave me a price, and I did all the maths, and I was like, that's calm. They said, this for you.
Lawyer fees too?
Bro?
Yeah.
Bro? I did all the maths. I said, at the end, when you're about to sign off, this is how much you're going to be due. I said, calm. It was like maybe 5K or something at the end. I was like, calm. Then they send me the invoice. Why am I seeing like plus 10K? I did that thing our parents do. I had to contact them. I said, are you sure this is what you said? I said, last time I was in the office, this is what you said. And it says, yeah, but this happened, this is this. I'm like,
really?
Yeah, bro, I don't know where the numbers came from. I tried to do the maths. At the end of the day, it was kind of like, look, if you want this house, you're gonna pay this money.
With some people, like, they have you by the balls. It's like, bro, you want it or you don't.
And I just tried to the whole week. And one of the funniest things is, because you're sending large sums of money. Because everything is like, probably back in the days, people check cashes or brought the money in. But now everything's through IBAN. So they'll send you the IBAN and tell you send 10K. Do you know how many times I am checking? I'm getting my mom to read it out to me. I am reading out to my mom. I'm getting
oh my God,
because I'm sending the money. So if I get one digit wrong and 10K is gone, I'm dealing with a Yoruba woman at home. 10K of our money, I have to go deal with a Yoruba woman. Allow it, bro.
Oh, babe, I accidentally sent 10K.
Allow it, bro. So those things are like, they're funny in the moment. They're funny now because you are playing with like large sums of money. They'll tell you, oh yeah, send 8K. This is the IBAN. You might copy and paste and you feel safe, but the paranoia, bro. The paranoia.
Even if I copy and paste, I was just
checking that 5 times over. Like, that's IE. I do that with people just for €10.
I was Googling, bro. If I get number wrong, bank send just before I press send, just to be like, oh, bro. But like I'm saying, it's a blessed position to be in. And it is a combination. It's like, I didn't wake up one day and I was like, I want to buy a house, and I bought the house. I made up I understand now what they say, what's a 5-year plan, because I made up my mind to save towards a house 5 years ago. Do you know that kind of way?
Nah, big up to you guys. You did the long graph for a house, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree with Deji. I don't know if it'll have it in me. I don't know. Like, I'll be 2 minutes in the process.
You know what it is, yeah. Like sometimes for me especially, right, when I was like 21 and shit like that, it just felt so far away.
Yeah. I'm 24 now, and it feels.
It just feels like it's eons away, but it's like it doesn't have to be. You can really do that tomorrow if you want.
Exactly.
But
does it depend on income? Because I know Deji said something about when he was on like 25K or whatever like that. Is there
I think you have to be over. I think you have to kind of be over like something like 29, 30K, something like that. To be given a mortgage, really.
But you can start saving at any income.
You can save at anything. But at the same time, there's other schemes like the affordable house scheme and all these other schemes for people that like maybe like not middle class people.
I hear you.
Can I get a job and get that scheme?
No, like you'd be surprised. Like we're all class or middle class, even though we're not. In Ireland, like if you're working a pretty normal job, you're middle class, which is madness. Like if you're in America, no chance. We're like working class,
right? We do.
We're gonna do song of the week.
Song of the week.
Wait. plans to buy the next properties?
Yes, I was actually about to ask. You have 2 now. Is the plans to buy more?
Bro, I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to. We'll see.
That's
man,
I just don't know where.
Man has rent money in his savings. He already said he has rent money just chilling in his savings. You'll be back. I'm proud of you, bro. Proud of you, though. 2 properties, marriage, all of that. You're doing. We like we said, we love to see a black man do it. We love to see
because in this
we love to see black people that aren't in entertainment doing other things.
Yeah.
We always naturally fall into the I'm a rapper, I'm a singer, I'm an
athlete. So,
but I almost rate this the most because it's like
the discipline it took.
Like it's like in this market.
Yeah.
It's like you're pulling off miracles or something right now. But it's like it's just due to discipline. I don't want to take anything away from you. It's purely due to discipline. You know, having
commitment and having a dream.
And it's fucking hell, because anybody can be a rapper. It's like anybody can be a podcaster. Not all of us are gonna own a house in this country.
That's true. You are like I think like from anything that anyone can take away from it. It's not simple, but
it's doable.
It's doable.
It's achievable.
So it's just like that consistent savings, being very, very committed.
Right?
Yeah.
That means
what about you? When's your next property coming?
That actually is, cause it's funny you asked that because obviously now we've moved in and we're living. It's not even 6 months we're in this place, but I was saying it to her. I was like, look, we need a short-term financial goal and a long-term financial goal together. Like obviously, like I said, we don't have to decide on that today, etc. We're only still getting settled into our new life, but we still need like short-term one, say for the island in the kitchen, something like that. Long-term one, buy maybe an apartment to rent out. So it is something I am considering. I haven't put the fruits.
Think about.
I'm definitely getting an in the kitchen.
Think about remortgaging.
Okay.
When you're doing your remortgaging, I don't know how long you're probably on a fixed rate. For so many years.
5 years.
For 5 years. Okay. When that's up, like.
And you can remortgage. Then we'll talk because I don't know too much lingo or anything about that. I'm just happy I'm in the house.
I got my new build.
He learned all the lingo along the way. He doesn't know the lingo.
I don't know. I'll figure it out. But it's good to that you said that because I now know like 3 years. I'm like, this fixed mortgage is coming up. Let me talk to Dami what remortgaging is have to go through the process. So
it does help. People don't realize.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We're about to wrap up. That means we do song of the week before we wrap up. You were driving here. When you were driving here, what song were you playing?
Song of the week, right? Last.
I do it every week. I do last every week. I can't do it this week.
Oh, do you?
You can do it.
It is the greatest breakup song ever.
Yeah.
It is the best song to ever come out of Africa. I'm being hyperbolic. But your song is last. Go on, Dave.
I'm listening to Bram Fire's new album.
Yeah, does it have that like elite level toxicness in there?
Yeah.
Well, I
has skits, has toxic skits too.
I'm gonna run that.
Yeah, you gotta run that. Yeah.
The whole album, or are you just picking a song?
The whole album. There's I'm shit for remembering song names.
Yeah,
I'm just running the whole album. Yeah. I'm not even looking at the song name. Like,
for me, I'll go with our unreleased episode last week. I said Chip and Young Philly featuring Chip Day to Day. That's mine.
My song of the week is Koffi Olomide Loi. National anthem.
I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for this guy to pull out a flag.
Anyways, Dami, thank you for pulling off. And you mans, if you didn't like anything Dami said about mortgages on this pod, you can charge that to the game. Thank you for listening.
One last time, your socials.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
Damiinvest.
Yeah,
on TikTok.
I'm remembering.
Bro, I'm remembering after this.
Damiinvest on TikTok, and then what's called homeowner _2019 on Instagram.
And we are Charges to the Game Pod, Insta, Charges to the Game Pod, TikTok, CITTG _podcast on Twitter. We are at Vision Lab now, and if you didn't like anything we said on this pod, you can charge that to the game. Thank you for listening.
Yes,